Good afternoon, Crawdads fans, and welcome back to Chabot College Baseball Field here in Hayward, California for this presentation of Walnut Creek Crawdads Baseball. It's game 2 of the season, a non-league game for Walnut Creek, taking on the Alameda Anchors, a team from the BACL. Kasey Kazliner here, joined alongside Charlie Limoncelli. Charlie, we saw the Crawdads fall yesterday in a close one. It was 4-2. They left a lot of runners on base. What were your takeaways from yesterday's game?
Yeah, I think honestly the offense was productive in all aspects, you could say. Unfortunately, they didn't really get far past second base a lot of the time, which was really the only downside of of yesterday's offensive performance for the Crawdads. But I think they did a really good job putting the bat to the ball. They also flashed a lot of power. Trey Johnson with that solo shot early on in the game. So I think it's just a bit of shaking off the rust. A lot of these guys haven't played competitive baseball in a couple weeks. The big question mark, Casey, was the pitching yesterday. Obviously, Dylan McShane got the start yesterday and went only an inning and 2/3. Max Cohen came in relief 2 1/3 inning before he had to be relieved by Noah Zirkle, who had another 2 or 3 innings himself. And then finally, Braden Barnes was the cleanest of the bunch, only one to allow no runs during his appearance yesterday. So definitely something that the Crawdads are going to have to shake up and figure out is the bullpen and the rest of the pitching.
Yeah, we'll see how that shapes out today as the Crawdads take the field here at Chabot College. Technically a home game for Walnut Creek, but not their home field. That will be Monte Vista High School, which they'll play at this weekend for the first time. But this is game 2 of 3 at Chabot College, as we'll take a look at the lineups for Walnut Creek. First on defense for the Crawdads, they'll, of course, like I mentioned, they'll be the home team, so they'll play defense first. Casey Levitt-McGee will play left field and lead off, and outfield continuing left to right. Trey Johnson and Matt Gonzalez, the center and right fielders on the infield. Third base, Riley Leininger, Dylan Hillman at short, Chris Esquivel at second base, John Ewens at first, and behind the dish is Joe Kuplin. So the Crawdads trying to get in the win column for the first time this season, taking on a foe from the BACL. Pretty historic franchise, the Alameda Anchors, one of 2 teams that play in Alameda alongside the CCL side, the Merchants, who the Crawdads will play tomorrow. We'll have everything in just a moment coming up as final warm-up pitch for Aiden White is over, and we have baseball, folks. The Anchors and the Crawdads here in the top of the first inning, leading off for Alameda, Jafari Williams. He'll play center field today, batting righty, facing off against Aiden White of the Crawdads. Nebraska Cornhusker making his Walnut Creek debut. As he scales the back of the mound as the lefty pitcher looks in for the signs to get things going. First pitch, winding and dealing. Fastball in there, swung on and missed for strike 1. First pitch at 3:59 p.m. Jafari Williams, 6'3", 200 pounds for Alameda. As he looks at the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Again, pitch at the same location. Another heater down the middle, and Williams a little late on it. Quick 0-2 to the Jersey City native.
I love the 2 straight high fastballs here from White, clearly challenging the Anchors lineup early.
Winding and dealing. The 0-2, a high fastball out of the zone, taken for a ball. It's 1-2. Williams, a grad transfer in the transfer portal right now, trying to find a new college. The 1-2 is chopped down the third base line, foul. It's a high chopper that hugged the left side of the line. We'll do 1-2 again. Jafari Williams, no newcomer to summer ball, played in the Western Canadian League last year with the Moose Jaw Miller Express, where he hit 143 in 5 games. Anchors wearing their blue tops and gray pants. Crawdads in gray with white pants. 1-2 coming home again from White as he stares in from the side. Kicks his leg up and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Jafari Williams goes down on strikes using the heater, and that one was right down the middle for out number 1.
Fastball looks really, really good right now from Aiden White. He throws it between 87 and 90 miles per hour. And coming out of Nebraska, that program placed him here with Coach Brant Cummings and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They want him to get a lot of action in here.
Zach Ragland coming up here for the Anchors. Career .341 hitter, 2 seasons at DVC as he swings at the first pitch he sees for strike one. It's been a small sample size so far, but Aiden White commanding the zone well. Puts his glove up near his face and winds. The 0-1 just a little bit inside. 1-1 again on the fastball. Zach Ragland, second team All Big 8 conference with DVC this past year. So he looks at a 1-1. Doesn't bite at a high fastball. Maybe thought about going around, but he takes it. It's 2-1. Ragland 5'6", 155 out of San Ramon, California. As the 2-1 pitch taken low, it's 2-2. It's a low changeup. Aiden White stares in again for the signs. 2-2 pitch fouled right over to the Crawdads dugout on the left side. Be 2-2 again. Clear skies today in Hayward. The Crawdads playing their second game of the season against the reigning BACL champs, the Alameda Anchors. White looking in again for the signs as he scales the back of the mound. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Aiden White, both on swinging strikes. And just like that, there's 2 outs with Cameron Enberg stepping in.
And 2 high fastballs to boot on these fans for Aiden White. Looking very strong early. Saw some limited action in Nebraska this year, but known as a strike thrower, clearly showing up early today.
Yeah, limited time at Nebraska, trying to earn some more of that with some reps here in the summer as the right-handed hitter Einberg steps in. First pitch to him, check swing, but peeled down to first. They said he went. So a quick 0-1 as Aiden White trying to strike out the side here in his Crawdads debut. Einberg from Orinda, California. He's a Cal State Monterey Bay commit. On the windup, White fires. And that one's hit to the right side into right field for a base hit past Esquivel. And it's picked up by Gonzalez and headed in early as soon as they picked it up. So there's a single for the 3-spot hitter Cameron Einberg with 2 outs.
Good piece of hitting there from Einberg, just keeping bat to the ball. Didn't try to do too much with it early in the count and is able to flare it out to the opposite field in between the gap.
So the cleanup hitter is Brendan Lister. Plays at Modesto Junior College, right-handed hitter. White deals from the stretch, and he plunks him in the elbow hard. A fastball on the elbow guard, luckily. Didn't catch the direct skin of Lister, so he's hit by a pitch, and there's back-to-back 2-out base runners for Alameda.
Coming to the plate, designated hitter.
So that'll bring up the 5-hole designated hitter, Aiden Sakai. Santa Rosa Junior College man, played 16 games there in 2025. One of 8 righty batters in the order today for the Anchors. From the stretch, White fires an inside fastball, but it catches the zone for 0-1.
Good recovery pitch from White after he lets one get away on the hit by pitch and was attacked early in the count before that.
2 on, 2 out. 0-1 here to Aiden Sakai. White peeks at second, fires again, and does a good job with a looping breaking ball to force Sakai to swing. So it's a quick 0-2.
That was some nasty movement on the breaking ball there. Good job by White, tunneling it really perfectly there and letting the bite do its thing.
White looking in seriously in the stretch. Pitch down the middle, got him looking. Fastball right down Broadway. And so Aiden White gets out of the inning after striking out the first 2 and ends up with 3 strikeouts in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless here at Chabot. Welcome back to Hayward, California. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. As the Crawdads coming up to bat for the first time today after losing 4-2 yesterday to Berkovich Honors. They'll face today the right-handed pitcher Tyler Kennedy first. He's only 17 years old, and he's an Ohlone College commit out of Granada High School in Livermore, California. Only played one season of varsity ball at Granada, but was very good there. First team All-EBAL with a sub-1 ERA at Granada. So the 17-year-old will face 1-2-3 starting off here for Walnut Creek with Casey Levitt-McGee. The left-handed hitter will dig in first. A good day for him yesterday. 3 hits, including 2 doubles and a single. Try to get things going for the Crawdads here early. They struggle with early production last night as Levitt-McGee digs into the back of the left-hander batter's box and faces the righty. First offering, fastball around the knees, called strike 1. Levitt-McGee will play at Cal State Bakersfield next season. He's a rising junior with 2 years of eligibility left. So he takes his practice hack and gets settled in. Kennedy winds and fires. Low fastball taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Big power increase for Levitt-McGee. Doubled his extra base hit total from his freshman to sophomore seasons at Laney. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball taken outside and away for 2-1. Levitt-McGee takes a little bit of a breath, steps outside the box, and heads back in. Kennedy takes a windup and fires. Inside and low fastball taken for a ball. 3-1.
He's got really good discipline here. He's walked quite a lot. 33 walks last year with Laney College. Great contact hitter as well. Had 3 hits yesterday. Trying to get something going here.
See if he has the green light as the 3-1 pitch is lined up the middle, but straight to E.J. Cord, the shortstop, who gloves it for out number 1. Cord was playing closer to the second base bag and put him in a good position to make the grab, so there's 1 out.
Yeah, that's nice defense there. Good piece of hitting, honestly, from Levitt-McGee. Unfortunately, Cord just played in a really tough spot next to the bag. Otherwise, that might have gone up the middle.
Dylan Hillman, right-handed hitter, in now for the Crawdads. Was 1 for 4 yesterday with his lone hit being a single. He swings at the first pitch he sees from Kennedy, hits it out to right field. It's a lazy fly ball, and it's gloved easily by Rubio for out number 2. So a good job there from Tyler Kennedy, getting out of a 3-ball count and just having to surrender 1 pitch to Dylan Hillman, who flies out to right. So John Ewens did not start yesterday for the Crawdads, but starting at first base today. Will be up now with 2 outs. Batting lefty against the righty Kennedy. Number 28 fires in a fastball, a little outside, taken for ball 1. Scoreless here in inning number 1. 1-0 on Ewens. As Kennedy fires in another fastball taken outside, 2-0. Ewens was 0 for 2 yesterday, flied out and struck out. The Baylor man is 20, 6'3", and 210 pounds. The 2-0 offering, swung on and missed. A good changeup. Looked to be likely called a strike anyway if he didn't swing, but Ewens was late on it.
Yeah, big hack for a guy who's got a lot of power in that bat. He's got to time it up right this next time.
Kennedy nods to the sign and winds. And that one a little high. Looked to be another changeup, 3-1. So another 3-ball count issued out by Kennedy. 17-year-old takes a breath, winds up and shoots. And a good fastball right down the middle. Brings the count full here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
That's a great recovery pitch, especially as a young pitcher right there. It's exactly what you need when you get that far down in a count, 3-1.
Kennedy nodding to his catcher. Here's the payoff. Fouled straight back to the screen. We'll do 3-2 again. Ewens did not play in 2024 as a freshman for Baylor. Played in 11 games with 4 starts in 2025. So he steps outside the batter's box and now heads back in. Waits patiently for the payoff. Here it comes from the windup. Curveball in there, strike 3 call. A little bit of a delayed call by the home plate umpire, but it's strike three anyways as the Crawdads go down in order. So the Anchors will be up next with 6, 7, 8 due up for Alameda. Welcome back to Hayward, California. Crawdads and Anchors scoreless as we're about to begin the top of the second inning. Klinkenbeard, Rubio, and Gullikson due up for Alameda. Team coming off back-to-back BACL titles. Klinkenbeard, third baseman, up first for Alameda as Aiden White stays in the game for the Crawdads. White with 3 strikeouts already. Did give up 2 base runners, but recovered well in the first inning. Klinkenbeard, a righty hitter, one of 8 righties in the order today for Alameda as he looks at an outside fastball taken for a ball. Aiden White looking again for the signs, puts his glove up. Here's the windup. 1-0 pitch taken for a ball, low fastball, 2-0. Klinkenbeard has plenty of power in his wheelhouse. 7 home runs this past year for Hartnell College. 2-0 pitch. Checked his swing. They appeal over to first. He didn't go. He did go. Correction, 2-1. Aiden White looking again once again. And he got him to go early on the breaking ball, 2-2.
It's a really nice breaking ball to get right back in this count from Aiden White there. Nasty bite to it, dropped at least 10 inches vertically.
Count even in 2-2. White delivers. Klinkenbeard skies one on the right side of the infield. Playable for Ewens, who waves off the other defenders and catches it for out number 1. So Klinkenbeard pops out to first. That brings up Elias Rubio.
The right fielder, number 26, Elias.
He's playing right field today. De La Salle High School alumni, bats righty. Currently at Delta College, hit 300 this past season, including a 500 slugging percentage in 60 at-bats. Digs into the right side. White fires in a low changeup, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Alameda Anchors, one of 2 teams that play in Alameda with the Merchants as well, both owned by the same people. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just inside, taken for a ball. It's 2-0. Aiden White, limited action at Nebraska this past season. Pitched against Omaha early in the year. 2-0 pitch low. Another fastball, tried to get it in there, but it's taken for a ball. 3-0.
White has worked himself into some early high ball counts in this inning. Much different than last inning. We saw him throw a lot of strikes. This time he's kind of lost the zone.
See if he can get a get-me-over pitch on a 3-0 count. And he does. The fastball right down the middle, taken for a strike. It's 3-1. Rubio right in the middle of the batter's box. It's the 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. A good recovery, like you mentioned, from Aiden White coming back from a 3-0 count. It's 3-2.
Yeah, fantastic recovery there. Just not trying to do too much, playing pitch and catch with your guy back there, Coupland.
The payoff offering. And low fastball White thought was in there, but it's taken for a ball. So 1 out base runner on the base on balls is Rubio. That brings up the 8-hole hitter Kai Gullickson.
The second baseman.
It's a tough miss, but I like what White was trying to do there, just going for a corner, trying to paint it. Fortunately, didn't get enough of a frame job from Coupland, and the home plate umpire has been pretty strict with the zone today.
Kai Gullickson, the only lefty hitter in the order today for Alameda. As White fires from the stretch, the ball gets away, it's in the dirt, and it allows Rubio to advance to second on the wild pitch. Good block out in front from Coupland, but it just got away from him a little bit. And so the wild pitch allows Rubio to advance to second on the changeup in the dirt. So it's 1-0. Runner on second here scoreless at the top of the second inning. White peeks at second and fires. Tries the fastball, but it's outside. 2-0. Aiden White trying to recover here after a solid first inning. So he takes a long look in at Coupland's signs. 2-0 pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. A lot of drop on that one. It's 2-1.
Yeah, he's used that curveball really sparingly in this outing so far, Kasey, but it's been mighty effective. Pretty much all of them have located in the bottom part of the zone for a strike.
See if he goes back to it here on a 2-1. Checks on second again and fires in. Got him to swing on a low changeup. So the count comes even at 2-2.
Yeah, nice off speed. Couldn't quite tell if that was the change or the curveball. It had a ton of movement vertically either way.
Kai Gullickson, like you mentioned, the only lefty hitter in this lineup from Napa, California. Another youngster, just 18 years old. The 2-2 pitch from the stretch. Fastball got him looking right in the heart of the zone. So that's the fourth strikeout for Aiden White. There's 2 away, still with a runner on second. Bringing up the 9-hole hitter, E.J. Court.
Coming to the plate.
Yeah, really good job by Aiden White in that at-bat. Changing speeds on the batter, Kai Gullickson there. 2 straight off speed, then ring him up looking on the fastball down the middle. Stuns you as a hitter.
Brings up E.J. Court, batting righty, as he swings that slider in the dirt. Strike 1. Cord went to Berkeley High School, just like Trey Johnson on the Crawdads. Played at Sierra College in Rocklin, California in 2025. Hit 184 there. White still looking over at second, but fires in from the stretch. Fastball to get a quick 0-2 count. It's called a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Both teams trying to get in the win column here early in the season. White looking for the punch out. He fires. The 0-2 pitch a little inside. Change up in on the knees. It'll be 1-2.
That's a nice miss, all things considered, from Aiden White. Get the batter to move his eyes a little bit, not upwards, but he has to account now for that inside corner. Might want to go in the outer third here, switch it up on him.
See where he attacks. Trying again for the punch out. Delivers. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Another changeup. Taken for a ball. Brings the count even 2-2. Wind a little bit lighter here today. Picked up heavy at certain moments yesterday. White from the stretch as Cord pops one into shallow left. The shortstop Hillman gloves it, moving back, and the inning is over. So 1 left on for the Anchors. Still scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the second. The Crawdads trying to break this thing open. Back here at Chabot College, almost set for the bottom of the second inning. Crawdads and Anchors still scoreless. Each team trying to get in the win column here early in the season. Crawdads went down 1-2-3 in the first, so it'll be 4-5-6 due up here in the second as Tyler Kennedy takes his final warm-up pitch. That'll bring up Joe Coupland, who is very familiar with this field. Played his freshman season at Chabot College. The right-handed catcher will dig in against Tyler Kennedy, who sat down the Crawdads 1-2-3 in the first. So the right-handed 17-year-old toes the rubber. And we're almost set here for the bottom of the second. First offering from Kennedy is fouled by Coupland right back to the Crawdad dugout on the left side. The 0-1.
Nice gust of wind there, too, to boot on the foul ball.
Yeah, Coupland, versatile player, also played third base in high school over at San Ramon Valley. He scales the back of the batter's box and takes an inside changeup, bringing the count even at 1-1.
In addition to third, he also pitches. He's got quite the arm behind the dish. Had 11 appearances this year for Chabot.
Few two-way players on the Crawdads as Coupland takes a high fastball taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Yeah, head coach Brent Cummings said he likely will pitch this season too for the Crawdads. The 2-1 offering from Kennedy fouled back to the screen. High fastball around the letters. Brings the count even at 2-2.
Nice pitch from Kennedy there, getting Coupland a chase on the high cheese. They've got him right where you want him. 2-strike count. You can go anywhere with this next offering.
Coupland didn't start yesterday, but hit into a double play as a defensive replacement after coming in as he fouls a looping breaking ball straight back, keeping it at 2-2. Brandon Clisby started at catcher yesterday, and Coupland came in, gets it as a defensive sub in the 6th. He gets a start today. And stares at a 2-2. Hits one up the middle past the diving glove of Cord into center field, and so that's a base hit. First of the year for Coupland. So the leadoff man is aboard for Walnut Creek.
Way to go from Coupland, just sitting and waiting on the breaking ball. He got one the pitch before it, then sat and waited on another curveball and just puts it right out in front of him. Makes it really hard for E.J. Cord to get there from short. Great hitting.
So with one man on, that brings up Trey Johnson. Who had one hit yesterday, but it was a big one. Homer to right field. Batting lefty against the righty Kennedy. One man on is Coupland, who gets a great jump. And he'll be at second easily as Johnson singles into right field. And Coupland will get to third. He left first base before any movement came from Kennedy and was able to get into second standing. Made a good turn there and got to third as Johnson hit one hard out to right. So a good read there from Coupland. There's runners on the corners now for Walnut Creek with Cam Taylor up. Taylor went 1 for 2 yesterday, had an RBI single. Currently in the transfer portal after finishing his last season at Eastern Kentucky. Batting lefty. He takes a high fastball. Looking for another RBI here. Trey Johnson had the single there. He's been a great hitter so far. Infield playing a little bit in. Cam Johnson stares at it, and the runner takes off from first into second, but there's no throw to second. Instead, it's thrown to third. But everybody's safe. So a stolen base there for Trey Johnson. And just like that, the Crawdads are in business with runners on second and third with nobody out.
Yeah, that's a great move there from Trey Johnson. Heads up base running, good send from Coach Cummings.
Both runners vanished from their respective bases while being on first. As Cam Taylor takes a low breaking ball. It's 2-1. Taylor, technically a rising redshirt junior, but he's kind of played all over the place. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Was late on the fastball in the upper frame. Brings the count to 2-2. Was once a 1 RBI opportunity, now it's 2. Runners on second and third for Taylor. Kennedy from the stretch, and he delivers. Fastball off the plate. It was a good height, but in the opposite batter's box a bit. It's 3-2. Threat here to load the bases with a walk. Kennedy takes a deep breath, shoots in again. Fastball, got him looking. Ring him up, says Tyler Kennedy as he pitches the fastball around the thigh level, and that's out number 1.
The right fielder, number 31.
So good out number 1 there. Tyler Kennedy to battle back after giving up back-to-back singles. That brings up Matt Gonzalez, who didn't start yesterday, but came in as a defensive sub and flied out to center and is only at bat. He stares at a breaking ball in there for a strike. 2 men on, 1 out here in Hayward, California. Runners on second and third for the Crawdads in a scoreless affair here in the bottom of the second. Gonzalez looking for his first RBI as he shoots one out to center field. It's in the ballpark. Jafari Williams makes the catch. Tagging is Coupland, and he'll get in safely as the runner also tags from second to third. And so the Crawdads take a 1-0 lead on the sac fly from Gonzalez. Productive out for him. It's 1-0 Crawdads with a runner on third as Trey Johnson tagged from second to third. And that brings up Riley Leininger for the first time today, playing third base, getting the start after coming in as a sub yesterday. The lefty hitter stares at a called strike fastball right in the wheelhouse for 0-1. Leininger had a single yesterday to the left side of the infield. Squeak through. Another one here could go a long way. The 0-1 is skied in foul territory over on the left side. It stays fair, actually. It drifts back and makes the catch. Making the catch is Zach Ragland for out number 3. Crawdads get one, but they leave one on as well. It's 1-0 Walnut Creek as we head to the third. Welcome back to Chabot College. Crawdads lead 1-0 over the Alameda Anchors here in the top of the third. Aiden White still on the hill for Walnut Creek. He's been very solid so far. 4 strikeouts, only giving up 1 hit and 3 total base runners. So he'll face the top of the Alameda order here to begin inning number 3. Jafari Williams will stand in. He struck out against Aiden White to begin the ball game. Jersey City native played at Union Commonwealth University in 2024. Didn't play in 2025. Was pretty solid at Commonwealth. The righty hitter takes the first pitch from the lefty and loops one to second. Esquivel's there for the catch for out number 1.
Good approach there from Williams. Just tried to flare one into shallow right. Unfortunately, Esquivel's a great defender, and he didn't get enough on it.
So that's out number 1 is Zach Ragland stand in for the second time today. He was also a strikeout victim back in the first. As the lefty pitcher fires in a strike fastball in there. Ragland only 5'6". A little bit of a smaller strike zone as he takes a breaking ball at the knees, called strike 2. Not a problem for Aiden White.
I was about to say, smaller strike zone clearly is not mattering right now to Aiden White. He's painting it.
White on the 0-2. Gets him to swing. It's hit out to shallow right and caught by Gonzalez, who made a bit of a run to his left. That's out number 2.
Now batting.
Good hustle there on all the defenders. You had Ewens working over from first. You had, Gonzalez from right, and even Johnson coming in from center to make that play.
So with 2 outs, here's Cameron Einberg, the catcher. He owns the only hit so far for the Anchors as he singled back in the first. The first pitch actually dropped by Coupland, taken for a ball anyway, so it's 1-0. Aiden White trying to get through this order unscathed. He's done a very nice job so far. Lefty pitcher looks in from the sides and fires. A little bit of an inside fastball, but it's called a strike. Brings the count to 1-1.
Very efficient inning so far from Aiden White after inning number 2 in which he threw a lot more pitches.
Could get out of this inning easily if he can get him out here. As Einberg takes a ball inside. It's 2-1. Ragland played at DVC his past 2 seasons. He's a career .341 hitter with the Vikings. 2-1 offering. Changeup in there for a strike. Really good location there from Aiden White to bring the count back to 2 strikes. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And tried for the changeup again at the same location, but it's called a ball. Brings the count full at 3-2.
Yeah, he had a pitch to play with there on a 2-2 count. Tried to get creative here. He's got to go to something he knows is going to work.
Crawdads lead 1-0. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's taken low. Fastball. Good eye there from Einberg, who takes a 2-out walk. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Brendan Lister, who was hit by a pitch on his elbow guard back in the first inning.
First baseman.
You know, it was that first pitch of that at bat too, so neither the pitcher nor the hitter have seen much of one another today.
First offering from White from the stretch is taken for a strike. Curveball around thigh level. 2 outs here in the third. Runner on first is Einberg. Crawdads lead 1-0. White checks on first and fires in. Fastball low for a strike. Caught the zone around the knees. So a quick 0-2 on the first baseman. White collects himself, takes a breath, and fires in. Another fastball fouled over the screen. Dude, 0-2 again. Like we mentioned, a lot of righties in this order, but White has done a good job against him as a lefty. 0-2 coming home from the stretch. Taken low. Changeup in the lap of Coupland. So we'll do 1-2. Lister from Antioch, California. Didn't play at Modesto Junior College at 2025, but was on the roster. The 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground to the right side past the first baseman, Ewens, and into right field for a base hit. As Esquivel, the second baseman, takes a long run and tracks it down. But there's a 2-out hit for Lister, and that brings runners to first and second with 2 outs.
Tough play there for Ewens. Ball is just enough to his right and not far enough over for Esquivel for either of them to make a play. Good piece of hitting.
So after back-to-back quick outs, 2 men aboard for the Anchors, and that brings up Aiden Sakai, who struck out looking in the first. Einberg on second, Lister on first. As the Anchors trail 1-0. And Sakai swings at the first pitch he sees right to Ewens, who takes it to the bag himself for out number 3. And so a good job from Aiden White to get out of the inning after giving up 2 runners on base, but the Crawdads cling on to their 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Set to begin the bottom of the third inning. Crawdads up 1-0. They've done a good job defensively getting out of innings. They'll try to add on to their lead. 9-1-2 due up for Walnut Creek. Trying to get in the win column for the first time in 2025. Not started CCL play yet. That'll begin tomorrow. Tyler Kennedy still in the game for Alameda. Right-handed hitter has done a solid job so far. Gave up 1 run on a sac fly from Matt Gonzalez. Other than that, he's done a pretty fine job.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looked really effective. All of his pitches are locating well. He's mixing them in a nice fashion. He's keeping the Crawdads guessing for the most part.
Chris Esquivel up for the Crawdads. 9-1-2 due up for Walnut Creek here in the bottom of the third. Esquivel had a forgettable day yesterday, struck out 4 times. So he'll want to change his woes here against the righty Kennedy. Righty on righty matchup as Esquivel digs in. And takes the first pitch he sees. Change up in there for a strike. Belt high.
Now batting number
Esquivel, St. Mary's Gale,
Esquivel.
team that just lost in the regional to Oregon State up in Corvallis. Second offering from Kennedy in there, swung on and missed. Probably would have been called a strike even if he didn't swing, but he was late on it. From the windup, Kennedy kicks and fires. The 0-2 pitch, a little off the plate, will be 1-2. Esquivel also played at University of San Diego. His 3rd year in summer ball, 1st year in the CCL. Kennedy brings it down the hill. And the curveball is in there, called strike 3. So that's 5 straight strikeouts to start the year for Chris Esquivel. And that's out number 1. So the lineup turns over to Casey Levitt McGee.
Now batting the left fielder.
He's 0 for 1. He lined out to short back in the first inning.
Kasey Levitt McGee.
Batting from the left side against the righty Kennedy. Went 3 for 5 yesterday. Was a big offensive force for the Crawdads as he looks at an outside fastball for ball 1. Tyler Kennedy working that fastball a lot, trying to keep it in the middle part of the zone. 1-0 pitch from the windup. Same location outside. It's 2-0. Levitt McGee, originally from San Francisco, 6'2", 210 pounds. Be a rising junior at Cal State Bakersfield next season. The 2-0 pitch is blooped foul to the left side. This will be 2-1 to Levitt McGee, who steps outside of the box and collects himself.
He's been quite the asset already so far, Casey, for these Crawdads. 3 hits, like you mentioned yesterday, has been productive in the leadoff spot. Had the line out earlier today, which could have been a hit if the defense wasn't playing that the way it was.
The 2-1 pitch is skied out to left field. A long run for Ragland, who gets under it to make the catch for out number 2. Yeah, like you mentioned, Levitt McGee earning that opening day leadoff opportunity. Gets it here in game number 2. He's now 0 for 2 on the day.
Now batting the shortstop.
So that brings up the shortstop, Dylan Hillman.
Number 9.
Flight out to right field in his first tax.
Hillman.
Originally from Danville, California. Played high school where the Crawdads play their home games in Monte Vista. Takes an inside strike for first pitch of the at-bat. Play at UC Irvine next year, team that lost in the LA Regional, the NCAA baseball postseason. Here comes the 0-1. Kennedy fires in a high changeup. Taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Millman's first year with the Crawdads will be a sophomore next season at Irvine. Righty on righty matchup. Kennedy delivers. Inside fastball taken. Again, good eye there from Hillman. It's 2-1. Crawdads still up 1-0. Each team with 2 hits. Here on a sunny day. Hayward, California. The 2-1 pitch. Low changeup outside as well. Brings the count to 3-1. Hillman had a single yesterday. This is his lone hit. Also had 3 groundouts. Here comes the 3-1. From the windup, Kennedy fires a low strike. Fastball right at the knees. Brings the count full.
Good discipline there from Hillman, forcing Kennedy to make a really good pitch, which he does.
Hillman played his freshman season at college as San Mateo. Hit 400 or above in every month except for April. He lifts one out to shallow center field. Golickson will be under it as the shortstop, and he makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for the Crawdads. They still lead 1-0 though as we head to the top of the 4th inning here on the Crawdads streaming service. Welcome back to Chabot College. Crawdads still lead 1-0 as we begin the 4th inning. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for Alameda. They're in the top of the 4th, facing off against Aiden White, who stays in the game. Very solid so far with 4 strikeouts. So we'll begin the top of the 4th with, again, 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Anchors, beginning with John Klinkenbeard against the lefty Aiden White. White has given up 2 singles so far. Those are the only hits that the Anchors have drawn up. He's also struck out 4. Klinkenbeard popped out to first back in the 2nd inning. He stands in and swings at a strike. Change up down the middle from Aiden White. So it's 0-1. Klinkenbeard takes his practice swing and steps back in. Back of the batter's box, batting righty. White fires in a low changeup taken for a ball. It's 1-1. White trying to finish his 4th inning of work. Very efficient so far for Walnut Creek. So he loops in a breaking ball, around belt high, taken for a strike. Another 2-strike count, and a punch-out opportunity for White. 1-2 on Klinkenbeard. The University of San Francisco commit. Fastball down the middle, but it's swung out to left field and into the gap in left center. Cut off by Johnson in center. And that holds up Klinkenbeard at first. He leads off with a single. So that brings up Elias Rubio with a runner on first. Rubio was walked back in the 2nd.
The right fielder, number 26.
Has a chance to potentially do some more damage as a meeting on the mound. Crawdads all meeting up with Aiden White. Made work his approach a little bit here against the 7-hole hitter Rubio.
Good time to take a mound visit here with Aiden White. This is a guy who only had 1 appearance this spring. For only 1 inning, he allowed a hit and 2 walks when he did so. So, it's been at least a month, if not 2, since he's seen action in a competitive baseball game. So, just quick talk here. Nothing too in-depth needs to be said. Just reset the composure. Probably talk a little bit about some mechanics and then get down to it.
He'll face the righty hitter Rubio, who was walked back in the 2nd. Delta College man, 891 OPS at Delta College in 2025. From the stretch, White delivers his first pitch taken for a ball as Rubio tried to square for a bunt. Pulls it back. Elias takes a big practice hack and settles in the middle of the box. 1-0 pitch. Low. Squares for a bunt again, but pulls it back 2-0. Lincoln Beard at first, not taking a sizable lead. The infield playing double play depth. Anchors trail 1-0. Trying to get back in it. Good pitch. Change up down the middle, taken for a strike. It's 2-1. Rubio did not show bunt on that pitch. Steps out of the box and now gets back in. White from the stretch. Turns his head to first and brings it home. Fastball swung on and missed. A really big hack there from Rubio. Wanted a moonshot on that one. But he waves at it. It's 2-2. No outs here in the fourth. The visiting half. 2-2 pitch. Curveball outside. Taken for a ball. It's the full count now. Lincoln Beard still not really taking a long lead at first. It's Rubio here on a full count. White brings it home. It swung on and missed. Stuck to his guns and brought it home. The changeup gets him swinging for out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman.
So now Kai Gullikson will do things for Alameda. The lone lefty batter in the order today for Alameda. Swings at the first pitch he sees, kind of a half swing, but he went fully around. Ball was low. That's strike 1 anyways.
Yeah, White really confused him on that breaking ball. Got an excuse me swing.
Gullikson struck out back in the second. White turns his head to first and now home. As second offering is popped over toward the third base side. Leininger in foul territory takes a few steps and gloves it for out number 2. So after the single, 2 straight outs for Alameda. Now the 9-hole hitter, E.J. Cord, will try to deliver for Alameda, but that might be the end of Aiden White's day. Head coach Brant Cummings making his trek to the mound.
Yeah, Edward Saeed, the right-hander, warming up in the bullpen out there. Looks like he's about to come in. But I want to give some credit to Riley Leininger for that play over at third. He has the sun in his eyes and the wind blowing the ball to his right there. So no easy play. He has to bend backwards a little bit to make that snag.
Yeah, good play for him. Maybe got tripped up a little bit on this turf running over to it, but stayed with himself. So that'll do it for Aiden White. He goes 3 2/3. Gives up 3 hits, but no earned runs. And he'll hope to finish his line without giving up any earned runs, as Saeed will try to get third out of the inning. Saeed, a little bit of a mystery player, has not played at the collegiate level at all yet. Spent time with Siena College, the junior college levels in Loudonville, New York, but did not pitch there at all. And he'll be transferring to Los Medanos College in the spring. 6'6" righty. So another tall righty for the Crawdads. We saw Dylan McShane, 6'9" yesterday. He'll be a sophomore this coming year. Saeed trying to get out of this inning unscathed for the Crawdads. Still clinging on to a 1-0 lead, and offense is kind of coming to a premium so far for Walnut Creek here through yesterday's game and now the first 3 innings of this game. So Cord, the 9-hole hitter, will try to deliver with 1 man on and 2 outs for Alameda. If he can get aboard, the lineup will turn over to Williams, leadoff man. This is Saeed's first year with the Crawdads. He's making his Walnut Creek debut here today. So face E.J. Cord, the shortstop, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out. So E.J. Cord stands in, batting righty. Waves his bat a little bit and gets set. Saeed's first offering low, taken for a ball. Righty on righty matchup here. E.J. Cord Play at Jessup University next year in the NAIA ranks. Second offering high. Fastball shoulder level. It's 2-0.
We talked to Coach Cummings earlier in this week when he was talking about Edward Said. He said, struggled a bit with his command, but if he can throw the ball over home plate, he's got enough movement and velo to make it happen with the strikeouts.
He checks over on first at the runner, Klinkenbeard, but nothing doing.
So that'll be the key in this appearance.
Quick 2-ball count on EJ Cord. The 2-0 offering fouled over to the left side screen. It's 2-1. Cord played his 2025 year at Sierra College in Rockland. And limited action there at 184. Struggled with the strikeouts. The 2-1 pitch. Saeed's changeup is a little high and it makes it 3-1. Crawdads will hope to get out of this inning without giving up a run. As they lead 1-0 here in the fourth. The 2-1 pitch from Saeed fouled slowly down the third base line. Brings the count to 2-2. Cord, we mentioned, went to Berkeley High, just like Trey Johnson of the Crawdads. Not too far from here. He's playing shortstop today. Saeed takes a breath and fires from the stretch as the runner goes. Ball hit to the left side. Good pickup there from Leininger, and he fires to first in time from his knees for out number 3. So a web gem over on the left side for the Crawdads, and that'll end the inning as one is left on for the Anchors. We go to the bottom of the fourth with the Crawdads still up 1-0. Welcome back to Chabot College here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Crawdads lead 1-0. They only have 2 hits so far. They've been efficient. They cling on to their small lead. Tyler Kennedy stays in the game for Alameda. Trying to get through 3, 4, 5 of the Crawdads, starting with John Ewens. Lefty hitter struck out back in the first.
For your Crawdads.
He was 0 for 2 yesterday, so he'll want to get his first hit of the season. Facing off against the righty pitcher Kennedy. Mentioned earlier, Kennedy only 17 years old. Facing off against the 20-year-old Ewens. Puts the glove up in front of his face. Kicks and deals. Fastball swung on right away, but lined to the shortstop, EJ Cord, who was playing close to second base. So robbing Ewens of a base hit. Talk about snake bitten. That's a prime example of it as Ewens lines out to short.
And Cord has saved at least 2 hits by playing really far over to second base today. First one obviously was with Levitt McGee. Similar play in the first.
That brings up Joe Kuplin, the catcher, who swings at the first pitch he sees, fouled straight back for strike 1. Kuplin singled and later scored in the second. The only run of the game for the Crawdads so far. Kuplin, 1 at-bat yesterday, hit into a double play. Came in the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch plunks him. Looks like on the middle frame. So he'll take his base. Fastball, a little bit of a stinger there.
Yeah, that one definitely didn't tickle.
So a one-out base runner for Walnut Creek. He looks to be okay. And that brings up Trey Johnson.
Now batting.
Will look to keep up his hot bat. He singled
Number 16.
back in the second, made it to third base, but was stranded there.
Johnson.
Like we mentioned, he homered yesterday. Batting lefty against the righty Kennedy. Kennedy now pitching from the stretch. Lifts up his leg and fires. Fastball off the plate for ball one. Coupland the man on first with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Crawdads cling on to a 1-0 lead. Trey Johnson had 2 RBI in the super regional loss to West Valley as a freshman at Skyline College. He takes another pitch outside, 2-0. His best month was February. He hit .483 for the Skyline Trojans. Only 17 strikeouts on the year last year for him, 30 walks. 2-0 pitch is turned on, hit out to right field. In the ballpark, though, as Rubio catches it about 12 yards in front of the warning track for out number 2. So some good contact there again from Trey Johnson, but he flies out to right.
Now batting.
And with 2 outs, that brings up Cam Taylor, the man still on first.
Cam Taylor.
Taylor struck out looking back in the second inning. Try to create something here with 2 outs against Tyler Kennedy. First offering fastball off the plate for ball one. Cam Taylor has really been everywhere. Played at Andrew College, Florence Darlington Tech, and Eastern Kentucky. He's in the portal right now looking to join his 4th university. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled over the screen behind us. It's 1-1. Crawdads looking to convert base runners into runners. Left a lot of runners on base yesterday. Had 10 hits, but only 2 runs. Here comes the 1-1 from Kennedy. High changeup taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Johnson steps out of the box and takes a few practice cuts. Now lines up at the back of the box. Kennedy turns his head toward first at the runner Coupland. Now becomes set. Fastball off the plate. Now 3-1. Kennedy trying to avoid a walk here. Get out of the inning so his guys can take their hacks again. Kennedy squares up, looks in and fires from the stretch. As Johnson lifts one, a lazy fly ball to the left side in left center, and it's gloved by Ragland for out number 3. So the Crawdads leave one on, but a good job from Tyler Kennedy, the 17-year-old righty, to get out of the inning. Still 1-0 as we head to the 5th. Crawdads lead by 1. It's a sunny day here in Hayward as the Crawdads trying to find their first win of 2025. They lead 1-0 here to begin the top of the 5th. Anchors, top of the order, due up, 1-2-3, facing off against Edward Saeed, who did a fine job in relief in the 4th. So to lead off the top of the 5th is Jafari Williams. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout.
Jafari,
Trying to create some traffic on the base paths for Alameda.
number 0.
They have 3 hits so far, fallen victim to the strikeout a number of times against Aiden White, who had a very nice start for the Crawdads. As Edward Saeed's first delivery, fastball fouled straight back. The 0-1 on Williams. Jafari Williams, a grad transfer, has played at 2 prior universities. Here comes the 0-1 from Saeed. Fastball chin level, not swung at, so it's 1-1. Williams wearing a pink sleeve on his right arm. Anchors in their navy blue tops. 1-1 from the windup. Slider on the inner half taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Height looked good, but the location was inside. Saeed steps off the rubber, now scales to the back of the mound. From the windup, he kicks and deals. Fastball swung on, lifted out to shallow center, and a diving catch for Johnson out in center. Goes down to his knees, and he makes the play, robbing Jafari Williams of a hit. Likely would have been a single if he let it drop, but he is ambitious and makes the catch for out number 1.
Talk about a debut for a team. Trey Johnson yesterday with the home run today with the single, the hit by pitch, the single and the flyout, and then a beautiful play in the outfield.
Johnson's been the Crawdads' story so far on both sides. As Zach Ragland steps in and looks at a called ball on a curveball. Ragland, only 5'6". Mentioned the smaller strike zone. Fell victim to the strikeout in the first inning and flew out in the 3rd. Looks at a called strike fastball around the knees. Crawdads lead 1-0. Trying to get out of the 5th here. Holding onto the lead. Saeed fires in another one. It's fouled over the Anchors dugout. It's 1-2. Ragland, career .341 hitter, 2 seasons at DVC so far, including a .368 average in 2024. Here comes the 1-2 from Saeed, and it plunks him in the back. So Zach Ragland is aboard with 1 out. We've seen a number of hit by pitches today. 2 Anchors have been hit. And the Crawdads have had 1 batter hit by pitch, so 3 total. That'll bring up Cameron Einberg with 1 out and 1 on. Einberg batting righty against the righty Saeed.
Big power, Saeed. Needs to be careful.
Einberg, a native of Orinda, California in the East Bay. Has a chance here with 1 on. Saeed now pitching from the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Runner goes. The throw is on time, and they got him. A perfect throw from Joe Coupland to the second baseman Esquivel. And they get Ragland running as he vanished from first, but is caught stealing, so there's 2 outs.
Fantastic display of the arm, Joe Coupland. Pitcher and a catcher. Clearly, we know why based off of that throw right there.
It's been touted to throw 90-plus miles an hour. Count stays 0-1. The second delivery to Einberg, low and in the dirt, gets the backstop. It's 1-1. That was a gift there for Edward Saeed. Can now pitch in the windup again after Coupland threw a perfect strike to second base. The 1-1 coming home to Einberg. Fouled straight back. Pretty level swing there. Brings the count to 1-2. Anchors searching for their first run of the game. They're leaving a handful of guys on base. 3 total hits, and they've been gifted some walks as well. The 1-2 home. Saeed's fastball off the plate and outside. Keeps the count even at 2-2. Einberg, catcher by trade, also plays first base out of Campolindo High School. 19-year-old waits on the 2-2. Here's the pitch from Saeed. Checks his swing. Ball was in the dirt. Curveball. And it's a drop, third strike. They said he went around. So Coupland flips to first for out number 3, as there's a late strike 3 call as they appeal down to first. So the Crawdads get out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Crawdads still up 1-0.
No run.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Crawdads up 1-0 on the Alameda Anchors as they come up to bat for the 5th time today. Still in the game for the Alameda Anchors, the pitcher, Tyler Kennedy, the right-hander, 17 years old, graduate of Granada High School just a couple of weeks ago. And back up to the plate, Matt Gonzalez, the right fielder today, has credit for the only RBI today on that sac fly out to center field.
Leading off for the Crawdads.
So he'll try to go back to work, get something started here.
Gonzalez.
Pretty impressive stuff from a 17-year-old pitcher now in his 5th inning.
Absolutely. Kennedy delivers the first pitch. Swing and a foul tip backwards. 0-1. Gonzalez, native of San Ramon, California, currently a rising junior in the transfer portal. He is leaving Fresno State, where he has not appeared in a whole lot of games. Dealt with a couple injuries. Kennedy kicks, deals the 0-1. Curveball finds its way into the zone. Nice 0-1 pitch.
A lot of break on that. Good job looping it in there.
Absolutely. His breaking ball has been very good all day long. As he kicks and fires the 0-2. Chopper towards Cord at second. Running, making the throw. In time. Gets the first guy, Gonzalez, on the ground out.
Now batting the third base.
So Riley Leininger up to bat today now for the second time. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat. That was all the way back in the 2nd inning. He's had a couple of great plays defensively, too. A nice high fly ball and a great ranging ground ball through from the knees. Takes the first pitch, swings, and fouls it back. 0-1.
That ground out was the first time all game the Crawdads have grounded out. Not a lot of balls on the ground here.
Leininger had a hit yesterday, a single, in his first appearance with the Crawdads this year. Takes the 0-1 high and away. Kennedy's been commanding his pitches very well so far today. Not much has changed right now here in the 5th. Nice strike there on the 1-1. So it'll be 1-2 to Leininger, who's in the transfer portal himself after his freshman season at Oklahoma. The 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Count evens at 2 apiece.
Yeah, we talked to him before the season starts and mentioned just wants an opportunity somewhere. Obviously, playing at SEC school like Oklahoma, opportunities come at a premium.
Absolutely. So looking for a new home. The 2-2 from Kennedy. High fastball just misses the zone. Full count. In that conversation, Kasey, Leininger mentioned that he almost quit baseball at one point, but his dad convinced him to continue playing, continue to get better, strive for greatness. That's what he's doing. Kennedy winds and deals the payoff. Outside ball 4, Leininger. A 1-out walk. Get things started here in the 5th. So Chris Esquivel, the second baseman, up to bat. Struck out looking to lead off the 3rd inning. Went 0 for 4 yesterday with 4 strikeouts. But he's got a chance to do something here. Get the Crawdad bats to come alive.
Only up from here. I mean, he's trying to get the bat on the ball. He's been really late on it so far this season.
He has. Either he's been late on it or he's just looked at strikes. In any case, Kennedy gets a sign, fires, and Esquivel drills this one into deep center field, going back off the wall. Williams couldn't get there, and the runners will advance. Leininger stops at 3rd, and that is the first hit of the season for Esquivel. It's a double. Finally breaks the slump.
That's huge. I mean, hopefully that can trickle down to more success. And Leininger with a little bit of a late break, so he stands at 3rd. A good piece of hitting there from Esquivel to get his first knock of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's new to the Crawdads this year, and perhaps the start of something great. Kennedy circling the mound. It's going to take a minute to meet with his catcher Einberg, but the lineup turns over for the Crawdads. Casey Levitt-McGee up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. A line out to short to start the game, and then a fly out to left. But yesterday he was fantastic. 2 doubles and a single in 5 at-bats.
Yeah, and he's put the ball in play twice today, and if he can do that, he could at least score 1 run, maybe with another sac fly, so the Crawdads get 1 earlier in the game.
Exactly. Just keep the ball in the air, and that's what he's done pretty much every at-bat he's been here. He's a new Crawdad. Just completed his sophomore campaign at Laney College, where in 43 games he hit .385, 62 hits, 22 extra bases. Breakdown of those, 17 were doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers. He's also a guy with plenty of discipline, had 33 walks last year to just 20 strikeouts. Levitt-McGee steps in the batter's box, 2 on, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Crawdads trying to extend the lead. Kennedy's first pitch, a breaking ball, chopped foul down the first base line. 0-1. Levitt-McGee will be heading to Cal State Bakersfield in the fall. The 0-1 from Kennedy. Breaking ball sits in the zone for another strike. 0-2. We've seen this happen a lot with Levitt-McGee's at-bats, Casey. He waits in the count, and then once he's down, he finds a way to muscle the ball into play. We'll see if he does the same here. Kennedy steps off after he looked back at second. Surveying the field. 17-year-old righty sets. Turns and fires. Breaking ball slapped up towards Kennedy. Throwing to first. Will it be in time? Yes, it will, but Leininger scores from 3rd, and Esquivel moves over to 3rd base. So another sacrifice play for the Crawdads. Scores another run.
That was actually a really good play by Kennedy to just get in front of it, prevent 2 runs from scoring there, because that one kind of chipped off his leg. He looks to be okay. The coach is telling the umpire right now, just making sure he's okay.
Yep. So they're going to keep Kennedy in the game. And, you know, only 2 runs have been scored on his watch. Pretty impressive, all things considered. But they're 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th. The Crawdads up 2-1. Esquivel over at second, and Dylan Hillman, the shortstop, due up. Pending this mound visit. Well, not officially a mound visit. It's an injury timeout. We should clarify. Hillman 0 for 2, 2 flyouts today. Yesterday in the first game of the season, went 1 for 5 with a single, 3 ground outs, and a strikeout. So another guy who's due for some hitting. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Kennedy's really relied on the breaking ball lately in these last couple at-bats, Kasey. And so far, it's been relatively effective. Kennedy on the 0-1. Second straight breaking ball. This time misses the location. 1-1 for Hillman. Hillman just completed his freshman year at the College of San Mateo, hitting .426 in 44 games. Pop fly, foul territory towards first base. Lister running over, and he can't get there in time. So it's a foul ball, goes as a strike. Hillman, thanks to that performance this season, hitting over 400, has earned himself a spot in the UC Irvine roster heading into the fall. But with the opportunity here with a man on base in scoring position, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2, fouled off towards first base again, out of play. Kennedy back on the rubber. Trying to get a decision here on this pitch. Gets the call. The 1-2 to Hillman. Fouled straight back into the netting. Dylan Hillman staying alive, great hit tool. We talked to head coach Casey Cummings of the Crawdads, raved about his bat in general. Great contact guy with a lot of power and fantastic defense as well. We've seen it already at shortstop. Kennedy with the 1-2 again. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Hillman misses, and that will do it for the bottom of the 5th inning, but not before the Crawdads score again, courtesy of Casey Levitt McGee, the sacrifice ground ball. In any case, we'll head to the top of the 6th inning, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning. Walnut Creek Crawdads leading 2-0 on the Alameda Anchors. Got some defensive substitutions for the Crawdads. Joey Donnelly takes over from John Ewens at first. Brandon Clisby takes over from Joe Coupland behind the dish. And in right field, Matt Gonzalez is out. Sam Jenkins, the Baylor man, is in. Playing in right field. And then designated hitter Cam Taylor is done for the day. Brady Wilson will take his spot.
And uncommon to see something like this in summer ball, trying to give guys as many reps as they can. And Brant Cummins being pretty generous across the board, giving guys playing time.
Absolutely. He's trying to figure out who he wants to be in his consistent starting lineup. And now stepping in is the cleanup hitter for the Anchors, Brendan Lister. Has a single and a hit by pitch, so he's 1 for 1 today. Edward Saeed entering his 2nd inning of work. First offering fouled off right to the Crawdads dugout. Nice snag from one of the guys. Prevents it from hitting somebody. 0-1. Lister from Antioch just completed his freshman year at Modesto JC. So he takes one high, nearly hits him. 1-1. Did not play, though, last year at Modesto Junior College. So he'll get his first collegiate experience in the fall. Saeed kicks, delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball just low. 2-1.
I got a good frame for a guy his age.
Absolutely, standing at 6'6", 220 on the hill. Righty delivers, and chopped foul in the air. That didn't make sense. It's 2-2. That's what matters, folks. Lister fouls it off, so we'll do the 2-2 dance. Saeed also has not played collegiately yet. He will be transferring to Los Medanos College in the fall. As he delivers one in the dirt on the 2-2. Count is full. Lister has got a nice frame himself, 6 foot, 225. Lots of power in that bat. Saeed with the payoff. Low and away, ball 4. Brendan Lister, a leadoff walk to get things going for the Anchors.
That's tough if you're Saeed because the command has been pretty good for him all day and it's pretty good on that at bat. Just couldn't locate on the 3-2 when you needed to punch him out.
Absolutely. A couple of guys warming up for the Crawdads in the bullpen. Ryan Delaney and Cam Krogan, a lefty and a righty. So we're going to get a mound visit, or a conference at least, between Clisby and Saeed. Clisby back, and now Aiden Sakai, the designated hitter today, hitting in the 5-hole up to bat with a man aboard here in the top of the 6th. Anchors down 0-2, trying to get something started. First offering from Saeed, high and in. Sakai does a nice job, just leaning back out of the way, keeping himself safe. The 1-0, low and away. Saeed in another 2-0 count against Sakai, who attends Santa Rosa Junior College, just wrapped up his sophomore year. 16 games, hit 182. So he takes ball 3, low and in the dirt. Saeed missed with the fastball there. Sakai had 6 hits, 3 runs batted in, 2 extra base hits, a double and a homer. Saeed with the 3-0. Fastball misses the low part of the zone, a second straight walk. Now there are 2 aboard for John Klinkenbeard,
Yeah,
third baseman.
5 straight balls for Edward Saeed. Struggling a bit with the command. We'll see a mound visit now.
Yeah, an official mound visit from Crawdads, trying to get some strategy. Maybe they see something with Saeed's mechanics. Either way, Saeed's going to have his work cut out for him, and Klinkenbeard attends Hartnell College, locally here in the Bay. Just wrapped up his freshman year. In 40 games, he hit .349 in 169 at-bats. He had 59 hits, 38 runs batted in. Quite the power threat as well. 7 home runs, 13 doubles. This is definitely a dangerous hitter to have up with 2 aboard and nobody out.
Yeah, first team all-conference in the 3C2A.
So Klinkenbeard steps in, Saeed ready to go. Gets the call from Clisby. Kicks and deals. Fastball in the dirt, 1-0. Saeed struggling here. Would not be surprised to see the Crawdads go to the bullpen here, Kasey.
Yeah.
Especially if he can't get Klinkenbeard out. Here's the 1-0. Nice fastball recovery for a strike. High cheese, Klinkenbeard can't catch up with it.
Yeah, there appears to be action in the Crawdad bullpen right now. Lefty up right now.
Yeah, that lefty is Ryan Delaney, and then to his side, Cam Krogan, the righty. Saeed with the 1-1. Foul ball into the air near the first base side, out of play. 1-2 for Klinkenbeard. Graduate of San Lorenzo Valley High School, Klinkenbeard is, from Ben Lamont, California. The 1-2 from Saeed. High pop fly into foul territory and out of play. So they'll do it again.
Klinkenbeard will go to University of San Francisco next season. It's a big up for him going to the West Coast Conference.
Absolutely, and certainly deserved based on the stat line last year at Hartnell. The 1-2 again from Saeed. High and in, nearly hits Klinkenbeard. Count evens at 2 apiece. Got a locate call from the Crawdads dugout as they speak to Saeed, trying to rein him in. The 2-2 from the big righty. Now he'll step off.
You would think a guy named Klinkenbeard would have a beard, right?
You would, but he's clean shaven. It's a good spot, Kasey. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball gets way away, and the count is full. Runners at first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Crawdads with a 2-0 lead, but that is obviously in jeopardy here. Saeed with the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him on the high fastball.
That's huge because one more ball and that would have been 3 straight walks for Saeed, but instead gets the out, and that might be the end of his day with Brent Cummings coming out of the dugout.
Yeah, that is. Looks like Coach Cummings wants a change as the righty Logan Kim enters the game for Elias Rubio. Kim should slot in at right field. He is a natural right fielder, plays at Pierce College in Los Angeles, native of San Ramon. And entering the game is Ryan Delaney for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, courtesy of this pitching change. Delaney, a left-hander from Bucknell University, born and raised in Danville, California. Big gust of wind over here in Hayward at Chabot College. It's been pretty decent factor throughout these last 2 games, Kasey, all things considered, but hasn't been super intense.
Yeah, I mean, Hayward a little bit elevated, the hills a little bit.
Right on the bay, really. That's what gets you. So Delaney, a rising senior. In his junior year at Bucknell, he made 4 appearances out of the bullpen, just 2 innings. In his career, he has 7 appearances for Bucknell. 4.1 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 9 walks, 12 earned runs. But not a huge sample size, trying to get some more action here with the Crawdads. He's actually a 3rd-year Crawdad, one of the leaders on the pitching staff here. It's a guy that Coach Cummings trusts to deliver when he needs it. And right now, certainly could use some outs. 1 down here in the top of the 6th, 2 on.
Delaney, his 3rd year with the Crawdads, so a bit of a veteran with this program, and will be a rising senior this year, so plenty of experience. Good for Brent Cummings to put out a guy who, like you said, he trusts and has a lot of innings under his belt lifetime. Not necessarily at the collegiate level, but more so with the Crawdads.
Looks like Delaney's got a couple more warm-up pitches, maybe just 1. Or no, we're gonna go right here. Logan Kim, the pinch hitter, in for Elias Rubio. Like you mentioned, native of San Ramon, California. Career at LA Pierce College, 58 games, hit a career .267 hitter. 24 runs batted in. Takes the first offering from Delaney outside for a strike. 0-1. The lefty Delaney against the right-handed hitting Kim. Delaney looks back over at second. And again, delivers, pop up, trying to get the tag at first base, no good, but it's a strike nonetheless. 0-2 on Kim. Had a little bit of movement there over at second. Runner Lister faked going for the steal. Sakai over at first moved a little too. The 0-2 in the dirt. Clisby gets in front of it, keeps it in front of him. So runners will stay put. 1-2 count now for Logan Kim. Kim has 12 career extra base hits, 8 of them doubles. Could really use one here with 2 aboard. The 1-2 from Delaney. Swing and a miss. Is it a foul tip? No, but it looks like it hit the home plate umpire in the leg. So he's going to walk it off a little bit, and Clisby and Delaney will have a conference on the mound.
It might have clipped his knee. Have to hope he's okay there. Kind of trying to walk it off like you said. Kind of sticking that knee out a little bit.
Yeah, clearly in some pain. Athletic trainer for the Crawdads going to come give him a quick once-over. Make sure he's all right.
Has a smile on his face.
Yeah, that's good. Always good sign. So play will resume. Gives Kim a fist bump. He's good to go. Delaney locked in, ready to put Kim away, or at least attempt to here on this 1-2 pitch. Delaney kicks, fires, slapped over to Delaney at first, gets the snag and the tag for a double play within himself. That's rare. I don't think we've seen a whole lot of that in any scenario lately. But the Crawdads escape a 2-runner jam unscathed. In any case, we'll head to the bottom of the 6th right after this.
Not quite.
Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up 2-0 here on the Alameda Anchors as they take their 6th at-bat of the day. Joey Donnelly, the outfielder from Berkeley, will lead off. He's playing first base, though, at the moment. And the new pitcher for the Anchors in relief of Tyler Kennedy is Adam Abood, right-hander from Coalinga College.
As you guys can see in warm-ups, he throws like a submarine pitcher, like Tyler Rogers on the Giants.
Yeah, very unique delivery. 19 years old, just completed his sophomore year. And in 2023-24 at Citrus College, he had 3 appearances, a 13.5 ERA, and 2 innings pitched. That was his last collegiate appearance.
Leading off for the Crawdads.
So Donnelly steps in,
Number 4,
the Berkeley man,
Joey
and the longest tenured
Donnelly.
Crawdad on the team. This is his 3rd year. Spent 1 last year with Arroyo Seco in between 2 summers with the Dads, and now this one. In the left-handed batter's box. The delivery from Abood, swing and a miss. Donnelly out in front of it, but nice movement on the pitch there from Abood. Gets set, and the 0-1. High fly ball into deep right field, going back, and there is a snag by the center fielder. That is a defensive substitution as well. That was Parker Helkinson, who's in for Jafari Williams.
Looked like he lost the ball
Alex
a little
said.
bit.
Now batting, number 27.
Good job to range to his left and just stick up the glove to get it.
Now Brandon Clisby replacing Coupland at catcher, seeing his first at-bat of the afternoon. Foul ball right back towards us over here behind the left-handed batter's box. Clisby appeared yesterday, had a hit and a walk, a single, and then grounded out to shortstop before being replaced by Coupland. Chopper over to second base. Gullickson snags it, throws to first in time, and they're 2 away. That brings up Trey Johnson. Had the home run last night.
Now batting for the Crawdads, number 16.
Johnson, 1 for 2 today. A single in the second and a fly out to right back in the 4th. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Abood making quick work of the heart of the Crawdads' order. First pitch outside. Looks like the ball got away from him on the submarine delivery. 1-0. Righty Abood against the left-handed Johnson. Abood kicks, delivers. High and in, ball 2.
Abood shook off Einberg, the catcher, 3 times before agreeing with a sign.
Interesting. He and Einberg definitely will have to be on the same page at some point as Johnson drives this one to shallow right field. Kim comes up and makes the play. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll head to the top of the 7th after the Crawdads go down 1, 2, and 3. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Crawdads Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Crawdads up 2-0 on the Alameda Anchors, who will take the at-bat today in the top of this 7th inning. Got a substitution, Cole Wagner in to hit here. Paul Wagner, excuse me, second baseman at Ohlone College, replacing Kai Gullickson. Takes the first pitch from Delaney for a strike, 0-1. Wagner from Denair, California, just wrapped up his freshman year. Swings and loops this one into shallow center field. That'll be a base hit. Esquivel couldn't get to it from second, nor could Johnson in center field. So a pinch hit single gets things going for the Anchors.
Maybe that sorts the rally they need. Had pretty good offense in the past couple innings, just left a lot of guys on base, but they get a guy on, nobody out.
And another pinch hitter, Emmett Desmond from Hartnell College, replaces E.J. Cord at shortstop. Lefty Delaney pitches, strike one. Man aboard, that's Wagner. Desmond in 40 games this season, hit .228 on the year. The 0-1 from Delaney. Fastball low and in. Desmond graduated from Santa Cruz High School, class of 2024. Stands at 6'2", 190. Delaney kicks and deals. Runner goes from first. Throw behind the dish. Clisby in time. Yes, it is. Wagner caught stealing for the first out of the 7th. Eliminates the base running threat. Now it's a 1-2 count on Desmond. Ryan Delaney making some quick work so far out of the bottom of the Anchors order. The 1-2 high fly ball into foul territory in right field, out of play.
Yeah, on that steal, I thought Wagner was initially safe, but he might have popped off the bag. But nonetheless, a really good throw from Clisby. Now, two caught stealings in this game by the Crawdads defense, both by two different catchers.
We'll do the 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. Ball is on the ground. Clisby throws it lazily to Donnelly at first for the out. 2 down, and the lineup turns over. Parker Hellickson up to bat, replacing Jafari Williams in center.
Number 21, Parker Hellickson.
Hellickson from Roseville, California, near my neck of the woods. Plays at Santa Barbara City College. Only 7 games in 2025, but has played 45 total over 2 years. He takes the first offering for a ball. In those 45 games, hitting .260, 18 runs batted in, 7 doubles. Chops one foul down the third base side, and it'll be 1-1. Delaney looking strong. His fastball is not overpowering, sits between 82 and 85. But right now, he's mixing his pitches well with the off speed and the breaking ball. It's been effective so far. The 1-1. Low and almost in the dirt for ball 2. Hellickson steps in, the righty against the left-handed pitcher. Delaney deals, swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by him. Count evens at 2 apiece. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Anchors still scoreless. Delaney sets. Gets the call, waiting. And Hellickson calls time. Delaney playing some mind games, trying to throw Hellickson off his timing. Doesn't work as Hellickson's able to call time for the pitch. So it'll be 2-2 once again. Delaney quick this time, and he gets the strikeout on the fastball. Varying his delivery time proves effective as the Anchors once again are sent down scoreless on the swinging strikeout. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th and the Crawdads next at bat right after this. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. The Crawdads up 2-0 on the Alameda Anchors in this second game of the 2025 season. It is an exhibition game, just like yesterday against Berkovich Honors, so the results will not count towards the final record. But the Crawdads seeing some action. Leading off is Brady Wilson, playing designated hitter, subbing in for Cam Taylor as a pinch hitter. Wilson officially listed as both a right-handed pitcher and an infielder at Sacramento City College, where he has played two ways for the past 2 seasons. Adam Aboud still on the bump for the Anchors. Gets set, submarine delivery. First pitch for a strike. Wilson last season hit .256 on the year as he slaps this one into shallow center field, down for a base hit. Nobody can get to it. Nice soft contact. And the leadoff single gets the Crawdads going.
Crawdads have been playing some small ball today, and I mean, you don't need those flashy hits necessarily. We saw one from Esquivel get to the wall, but really nice piece of hitting there from Wilson again coming into the game.
Indeed. Now here's Sam Jenkins, the Baylor man. Just wrapped up his freshman year there, hitting from the left side. Big speed and power threat with a man aboard. Slaps the first offering up the middle. Nice field from the shortstop. Steps on the bag and throws to first in time. That was Desmond, who has replaced Cord at short. Hard to keep track of all these substitutions, Casey.
Yeah, we've seen both teams change a lot. Crawdads changed a lot yesterday, and again, kind of what we talked about, just trying to give guys as many reps as they can get here early in the year.
So the 6-3 double play brings up Riley Leininger, the former Oklahoma Sooner, now in the portal. Working with 2 down, takes the first offering from the righty Aboud for a strike. Aboud sets on the rubber, gets the call, and delivers. Check swing, Leininger, doesn't matter. It's a strike. Now he's quickly down 0-2. So Crawdads started off hot with a leadoff single, courtesy of Brady Wilson in his first at-bat of the day. Jenkins grounds into the double play, though, to kill that momentum. Leininger down 0-2. Takes a ball high in the zone, 1-2 now. He's got plenty of power, could definitely get an outcome here, maybe increase the lead. with 2 down. And the 1-2. Swing and fouled backwards towards the seats in the net. The at-bat will continue. Abood doing a nice job limiting hard contact. Rising junior on the mound against the rising sophomore at the plate. Abood, submarine delivery on the 1-2, ripped into right field and down for a base hit. And misplayed. Leininger going to go for 2. Kim in the outfield could not handle the delivery of that ball on this turf field. Artificial turf, I should say. It took a weird bounce and got away from him.
Really good job there from Leininger to take a big turn at first because he was off as soon as that ball reached the outfield and took no hesitation with rounding first and going to second.
So it's a single and an E9, which brings up Chris Esquivel. Broke his 0 for 5 slump earlier today with a double back in the 5th. So now he's 1 for 6 on the season. He's got a man in scoring position. Chopper down the first base line, foul. So Esquivel will start behind, 0-1. That was the first pitch, or the first hit really, that was hard contact that Abood has allowed. In Leininger's hit, I mean. Looks back to Leininger at second. And he'll step off. Leininger challenging him over at second, trying to get in his head. Hopefully he can make a mistake that his teammate Esquivel could capitalize on. Abood gets the call from Einberg behind the plate. The 0-1. Strike down the middle. Submarine delivery confuses Esquivel. He'll step off, look briefly over at Leininger. Esquivel from the right side of the plate, ready to hit. Abood looks back, kicks and delivers. And misses high, 1-2. He took a quick look back over at Leininger, and it looks like messed with the delivery just enough. Top of the order looming for the Crawdads if Esquivel gets aboard. The 1-2. Esquivel swings and fouls it off out of play on the first base side. Went above the dugout of the Anchors. So it's 1-2. Leininger at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Crawdads with a chance to extend the lead here. Abood looks back to Leininger. Sets, delivers, submarine, swing and a miss. Fools Esquivel on the fastball. And that'll do it for the 7th inning. We'll head to the 8th right here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have it right after this. And we're back here for the 8th inning between the Crawdads and the Anchors. Walnut Creek up 2-0. Anchor setting up Angus Olays, the pinch hitter.
Anchors, number 4.
Takes the first pitch from Ryan Delaney for a strike, 0-1. Olays will go and play center field now for Ragland. Takes the 0-1 low for a ball, 1-1. Olays goes to Diablo Valley College. He just finished up his freshman year, hit .250 in 30 games. Takes an offering from Delaney low again, 2-1. The 5'7" lefty from Alameda. Delaney delivers, breaking ball in the dirt, 3-1. Elias steps in, ready to go. Delaney toes the rubber, kicks and delivers a 3-1. Chopper to Leininger over at third, fields it, throwing, not in time. Bounced it in front of Donnelly, but it wouldn't have gotten there in time anyway. Elias with too much speed, legs out a single. Now the three hitter, Cameron Einberg, playing catcher today.
It's a really good pick over at first by Donnelly, but again, just a little bit late. A good effort from Leininger to make that throw on line.
So nobody out and already one on here on the top of the 8th. Delaney trying to limit the damage. Throws inside for the first pitch to Einberg. Einberg is 1 for 1 today, hit by pitch, a single, and then a walk. Reach base every time as he takes a fastball high and nearly at his head, 2-0. And we're going to get a mound visit here. Crawdads are going to try to cool Delaney down, maybe give Cam Krogan some more time to warm up in the bullpen. So we'll take this brief pause here. Both teams conferring with amongst themselves. Delaney will have to try and work back into this 2-0 count against Einberg. Dangerous hitter from the right side, facing the left-handed pitcher Delaney. Angus Elias with plenty of speed. He's at first. And the cleanup hitter, Brendan Lister, awaiting on deck from the right side. Delaney sets, kicks and deals the 2-0. Off speed, finds the zone. 2-1 now. Einberg from Orinda, graduated from Campo Lindo High School. Chops one foul down the third base side. 2-2 now. So Delaney recovers quickly and evens the count to 2 apiece after the mound visit.
Yeah, I'm sure they just settled him in there, knowing what's at stake, potential tying run at the plate.
Home plate umpire tells Delaney, you've got to check with me, look me in the eyes before you set. And we'll play ball again. Delaney with the 2-2. Had Einberg out in front as it's fouled back. And we'll do the 2-2 dance again. Einberg readies the bat over his shoulder with some movement. Delaney exhales and delivers. Swing and a foul backwards. Again, Einberg saves himself.
Staying alive. Again, a big spot for Einberg, who's been pretty productive so far today for the the Anchors, excuse me.
Delaney looks over at Elias at first. Kicks, and this one, a liner, fair ball down the third base line. Elias is going to round third. Throw from left field is not going to be in time. McGee had no shot at it. So the Anchors strike back off the double from Cameron Einberg. Great piece of hitting down the line, right where the defense wasn't, against the right-handed hitter.
Now batting for the Anchors,
Brendan Lister, the cleanup man, aboard.
Brendan
Or excuse me, up to bat
Lister.
with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Anchors looking to at least tie this game, if not take it, here in the 8th.
Good base running there from Einberg because it took a little bit for Levitt McGee to dig that one out of the corner. He was playing also a bit towards left center a little bit. Great piece of hitting there as well, as we just see Brant Cummings, the head coach, coming out of the dugout.
Yeah, needed to give Krogan a little more time to warm up in the bullpen, and now here he comes, set to face a trio of righties due up. Lister, Sakai, and Paredes up next. So we'll take this brief pause as Cam Krogan enters and starts taking his warm-up pitches. Cam Krogan, the rising junior from Danville, California, goes to Pepperdine University.
Now pitching for the Crawdads.
In 2025, he made 27 appearances, no starts,
Rohan.
and was 0-2 with a 16.55 ERA in 20 2/3 innings pitched. Casey, if you're Krogan here, what do you have to do on the mound in order to limit this damage?
I mean, yeah, against the first guy, you have to hope for, a lazy ground ball to the left side or a strikeout. Just weak contact overall. I mean, the tying run at second, it's a big spot. And like you said, I mean, Krogan struggled with walks at Pepperdine this year at a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. So avoid that. And again, just try to get that first guy out and work from there one batter at a time.
Krogan utilizes a low 3/4 arm slot delivery, which allows him to park his fastball in the high 80s and low 90s. Pepperdine staff placed Krogan with the Crawdads and Coach Cummings. Want him to get a bunch of innings this summer, improve.
And the team struggled this year, 12-42 for Pepperdine, and kind of under a new regime. So, he'll be a part of that going forward.
So trying to establish himself as a guy out of the pen. Went to San Ramon Valley High School, 17 innings pitched in 12 games his senior year. Struck out 14. Had a 1.6 ERA. So that'll be the final warm-up pitch for Krogan. And in steps the right-handed first baseman, Brendan Lister. Lister's reached base all 3 times today, hit by pitch, a single, and a walk. Working with nobody out and Imberg over at second. Runner in scoring position. Krogan looks back at second, delivers on the outer third for a strike, 0-1. Lister shook his head a little bit, didn't love that call. So he'll step in with an 0-1 count. Krogan delivers. Chopper towards Hillman at second. He'll throw to third, and Leininger will put the tag on Einberg. Heads up defensive play for Hillman, able to stop the runner from getting into scoring position. Or any further along scoring position, I should say. So a fielder's choice allows Lister to reach, but removes the runner from third. Aiden Sakai, the designated hitter, up to bat. 1 down now. Lister at first. Krogan's first offering trails outside, 1-0.
That was a bit of a questionable decision there from Einberg. We'd mentioned a ground ball to the left side would likely just be an out at first, but it was not.
Krogan tries to recover on the 1-0, but delivers outside again, 2-0. Another right-hander, Leo Paredes, up next. Sakai sets and swings and misses at Krogan's offering, 2-1 now. Sakai just finished up his sophomore year at Santa Rosa Junior College. Facing the Pepperdine man on the hill. The 2-1 on the outer third for a strike. 2-2. Sakai calls time. Takes a half swing, steps back into the box. Puts the bat over his shoulder. Krogan delivers the 2-2. Off speed and inside for a ball. Full count. Krogan gets the call from Clisby, looks over to first. Holds Lister. Fires the payoff, and it's just outside, a walk. Now there's 2 aboard with 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting,
Leo Paredes will take his first at-bat of the day.
Leo Paredes.
Third baseman from Alameda, California, goes to Diablo Valley College. Just wrapped up his freshman year where he hit 189 in 26 games. Krogan toes the rubber, looks over to second. Kicks and deals. Paredes shows bunt and misses. Clisby dropped the ball behind the plate, but quickly picks it up. Runners stay put. It's 0-1. Krogan with the 0-1. Fastball trails outside just a little bit. 1-1 now. Paredes went to Encinal High School in Alameda before going to Diablo Valley College. Chopper to Hillman over at short. He'll flip to second. Escobar gets it. So fielder's choice. Now they're 2 down, but runners on the corners. Lister able to advance to third. Paredes reaches on the fielder's choice, obviously.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Krogan 1 out away from getting out of the jam.
Logan.
But he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
Logan Kim up to bat, hitting from the right side. In 58 games at Pierce College, Kim hitting .267, 12 extra bases. First offering pass ball. That allows Paredes to take second with no contest from Clisby behind the dish. Had to hold on to the ball, otherwise Lister would have come home from third. Now 2 runners in scoring position, 2 down in the top of the 8th. Krogan has to escape danger. The 1-0 to Kim. Outside, and Clisby can't hold on to it. Keeps it in front of him, though. 2-0 now. Kim replaced Elias Rubio, who went 0 for 1 today. Swing and miss. Krogan gets him on the fastball there. 2-1. Krogan delivers the 2-1. Another swing and miss on the fastball. Count evens at 2-2. Kasey, 2 nice recovery pitches there from Krogan. What do you go to here on the 2-2?
You can afford to waste one. But again, you probably want to pound the zone here. Avoid loading the bases.
Swing and a miss on a fastball. Cam Krogan escapes trouble. And the Walnut Creek Crawdads still lead 2-1 as we enter the bottom of the 8th inning.
2 hits. 2 men left on base.
Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up 2-1 on the Alameda Anchors here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Lineup turns over. Casey Levitt McGee will lead off, but there's a new pitcher on the bump for the Alameda Anchors. That's Caleb Garrison, the righty. Stands at 6'5". Most recently pitched for Laney College in 2025. He had 17 appearances and went 1-0 with a 2.84 ERA. Mighty effective. No number on the back of his jersey, so it did create a little bit of a stir here at Chabot College Field, as both the public address announcers, the umpires, and ourselves had to figure out who had taken the mound.
Leading off for your Crawdads, the left fielder, number 32.
Big opportunity here for Walnut Creek to add some insurance. Only a 2-1 game, and we saw Alameda add a bit last inning.
Absolutely. Levitt McGee 0 for 3 today, but has the sac RBI on the ground out to the pitcher in the 5th to create the Crawdads' second run. Went 3 for 5 though yesterday, 2 doubles and a single. Garrison kicks and deals. Fastball outside. Levitt McGee holds up, 1-0 count to the big man who also went to Laney College. These former teammates squaring off. Garrison fires a fastball just low, 2-0 to Levitt McGee. Garrison, a native of Concord, California. Kicks and fires the 2-0, fouled back, 2-1. Casey Levitt McGee's a guy who can hit it to all fields. What's your approach if you're him on this 2-1 count?
Definitely try to put something in play, leg something out maybe, take what you can get.
The 2-1 skied into foul territory, into third base left field, and it'll drop harmlessly. 3 Anchors players after it. Elias, Hellickson, and Paredes from third, but nobody could quite get to it.
And now in a 2-strike count, again, McGee just trying to find his pitch, but also protect the plate, vying for a bag here.
Absolutely, has to be careful against the big right-hander. Garrison had 9 strikeouts last year in those 17 appearances. Kicks, fires the 2-2. Just inside. Loads the count full for Casey Levitt McGee, the left fielder today. Garrison gets the call from Einberg behind the dish, toes the rubber. And the payoff. Outside ball 4, Levitt McGee takes the base on balls. Dylan Hillman, the shortstop batting second, will take the plate. The UC Irvine commit hit .426 in 44 games at the College of San Mateo, 65 runs batted in. Bit of a slow start this year, though, with the Crawdads. 0 for 3 today, 1 for 5 yesterday. Takes the first offering upstairs and in, 1-0. Garrison checks over to Levitt McGee at first. Levitt McGee takes off, but Hillman skies this one into shallow right center. Coming down is Kim to make the grab. So another fly out to right field for Dylan Hillman, 0 for 4 on the day. That's the first out of the 8th for Walnut Creek. Now the veteran Crawdad, Joey Donnelly, playing first base, up to bat in the 3-hole. Another lefty.
The first baseman.
Perhaps that advantage will help him against the right-handed Garrison. Donnelly officially listed as a utility player for the Bears because he plays all over. Takes the first offering for a strike, 0-1. Garrison delivers the 0-1. Just outside, Donnelly takes it, 1-1. Donnelly last year played for the Arroyo Seco Saints of the California Collegiate League, hit .327, 20 runs batted in. As he turns his hips but takes the 1-1 pitch for a strike. 1 and 2. Levitt McGee at first, 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Garrison sets, and the 1-2. Donnelly smacks this one. That's a single through the gap between first and second. Levitt McGee will stop at second. Donnelly works a 2-strike single. Brendan Clisby, the catcher, will bat now for the Crawdads. Two runners on.
The catcher, number 27, Brandon Clisby.
Clisby grounded out to second his first time up today after he subbed in for Joe Coupland in the 6th. First offering from the righty is outside. We're going to get a mound conference here for the Anchors. Pitching staff is going to come out and talk to Caleb Garrison real quick. That gives us some time to talk about Brandon Clisby, the man from New Mexico State, just completed his freshman season. Did not play, though, but he was stellar at Monte Vista High School, where the Crawdads will play the rest of their home games this season. As a senior, hit .455 in 27 games, notching 46 hits and 33 runs batted in. Was named League Offensive Player of the Year and First Team All-League honors for that senior season. In 44 games at the varsity level, he hit almost 400, 397. So conference over. Caleb Garrison ready to go again. 6'5" righty. Spits out a a sunflower seed. Toes the rubber. Clisby gets himself ready for the 1-0. Garrison looks back and delivers. Fastball paints the lower outside corner. 1-1 count. The 1-1. Fastball just outside. 2-1 count for Clisby, who missed all of this spring with a knee injury that he suffered in the fall. So the 6'1" catcher trying to get some good action here as he drills this one deep into center field. Hellickson going back and makes the grab. But Levitt McGee will tag up at second. He'll go to third. 2 down, runners at the corners. Donnelly stays over at first. But Clisby does part of his job, moves the runners over and allows Trey Johnson an at-bat. Had the home run yesterday and is 1 for 3 today. 2 flyouts to right field. Hasn't been able to get enough of the barrel on the bat today in those later 2 at-bats. But it looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. Garrison done after just 4 batters. And we're going to get a call to the bullpen.
Garrison looked a little confused to get pulled there. So they only need 1 out to get out of the inning here. What could be the last time the Crawdads are up.
Yeah, absolutely. So new pitcher takes the mound, and we will try to identify. This is Will Marriott, plays at the University of Pacific, previously De Anza College. He's from San Jose, California. Taking a few warm-up pitches here. He'll work into a situation where he's got 2 runners aboard on the corners. 2 down, though, here in the bottom of the 8th. And the 5-hitter, Trey Johnson, up to bat from the left side of the plate.
Another pitcher for Alameda with kind of a funky delivery. He's definitely a true sidearm.
Indeed it is. We'll have to see if that messes with Johnson's ability to track the ball into the plate. Two more warm-up pitches, and then we will be back underway to resume the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the last warm-up pitch, and now it's Trey Johnson, the rising sophomore from Skyline College. 41 games in the spring, hit .331, 13 extra base hits, 6 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers. Walked more than he struck out, 30 walks to 17 Ks. Steps into the left side batter's box. Donnelly attempts to steal, which allows Levitt McGee to come home, but he's out. Einberg with a nice tag on a great throw from Wagner over at second. So the Crawdads will go down without scoring a run. Johnson will resume his at-bat if the Crawdads, yes, they will, because they're the home team. So Johnson will lead off the bottom of the 9th. But anyways, we'll head to the top of the 9th in just a minute. And we're back for the top of the 9th inning here on the Crawdads streaming network. Anchors up to bat. This is potentially their last time up. They'll send out Paul Wagner to lead off, playing second base today. It's part of that defensive play that saved a run to end the bottom of the 8th. Cam Krogan in for his first full inning of work after relieving Ryan Delaney last inning. First offering, chopped foul down the third base side. So it'll be 0-1 to Wagner. The 0-1 low and in, ball 1 of this at-bat. Krogan trying to establish some rhythm here. Try to close out this game. Chopper towards Hillman at at shortstop, and it gets through. Paul Wagner with a leadoff single to get things going for the Alameda Anchors. Emmett Desmond up to bat.
Good job at table setting there from Wagner, hitting that ball really hard, and Hillman's a good defender, but just couldn't grab it. That's a single there for Wagner.
Desmond, the rising sophomore, played 40 games at Hartnell College, hitting .228 on the season, 16 runs batted in, 12 extra base hits. He's got a man on first. Shows bunt, Krogan fires in there, but it's a ball, 1-0. Desmond steps back into the box, righty on righty action here. Nobody out in the top of the 9th. Krogan pick off to first. And Wagner slides in there safely. Donnelly fields. Krogan looks back to first. Winds and deals. Wagner shows bunt again, takes it for strike one. Desmond, a graduate of Santa Cruz High School, gets hit there by Krogan, chest level. So the first two batters in the top of the ninth will reach base safely, and Cam Krogan in trouble.
Yeah, not the way you want to start an inning. Good table setting by the bottom of the order, too, and then the order turns over for Alameda. That has been somewhat productive today.
Indeed. So Parker Hellickson steps in, struck out in his first time up in the seventh when he pinch hit for Jafari Williams, who is 0 for 3.
Now hitting the center fielder.
Hellickson working with no outs and 2 men on. He's going to immediately show bunt to Krogan. Krogan lays down the bunt. Esquivel covers first. Donnelly was charging, but Krogan fields, throws in time, but Hellickson's bunt works, moves the runners over.
Yeah, now a base hit could give Alameda the lead. Risky spot here for the Crawdads.
Absolutely. Agnes Olays, the left fielder, in the hit.
For the Anchors, number 4,
Pinch hit in the eighth and led off with a single in that inning. We're going to get a mound visit here. Crawdads pitching staff wants to make sure Krogan knows the game plan here. There's one down. Runners are in scoring position. And due up, Cameron Einberg, who's had quite the day today. 2 for 3, a single, an RBI double, a walk, and a strikeout. And obviously, Ola has plenty of speed. Legged out a nice single in the infield.
Also a nice glove. He had an Oakland Athletics game one time, snagged 3 foul balls in the same inning.
Wow. Fantastic work. Olez will have the left-handed batter's advantage against the right-handed hitter. As Einberg warms up in the on-deck circle. Krogan delivers, first pitch, pass ball. Runner from third comes in to score. Paul Wagner scores on the pass ball. Paul Olez does his job. Excuse me, Angus Olez does his job. Also allows Emmett Desmond to go to third, so the ball game is tied between the Anchors and the Crawdads. Cam Krogan on the hook for that earned run. Delivers on the 1-0, foul ball over the Crawdads dugout towards the left field side. So 1-1 count for Elias. Krogan fires, and this one chopper through the infield gap at second base allows Desmond to score from third easily, and the Anchors have taken a late lead, 3-2. Angus Elias, great piece of hitting, reaches, and now there's just one down, one man aboard for the three-hitter, Cameron Einberg. Looks to be a little bit of action in the Crawdads bullpen. Einberg slaps one into shallow right field and is down for a base hit. Elias has to get back quickly to second base as he was quarter of the way to third before he turned around. Throw would have been in time. But nonetheless, 2 straight singles, and now there's 2 men aboard for the cleanup hitter, Brendan Lister.
Now batting for the Anchors, the first base.
Lister 1 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice, a single in the third, and was hit by a pitch and walked as well. Krogan has only gotten 1 out so far. First offering to Lister in the dirt. Clearly his command is not with him right now.
Yeah, just needs to take a breath and settle down. It's been a rough couple batters faced here in this inning.
Krogan sets, delivers the 1-0. Foul ball off of Lister's ankle. That sure didn't tickle.
He's able to do a push-up, though, after it.
Yeah, that's actually impressive, all things considered. A falling push-up. Shows he's still got it. Lister trying to walk it off, clearly in some pain. So that one stings off the shin. Lister steps back into the batter's box. Krogan readies himself on the mound. Turns and fires the 1-1. Deep shot into right field. Jenkins is back, makes the snag, throwing to third. Try to get a tagging Elias, but he's in safely at third base. Runners on the corners now, 2 down for Aiden Sakai, designated hitter, hitting in the 5 hole. Anchors trying to extend this newfound 3-2 lead over the Crawdads. Krogan just needs 1 more out, but he has already surrendered the go-ahead run. Potentially go-ahead run, at least I should say. Krogan fires the first offering way outside. 1-0. Leo Parada, the right-hander, looms on deck. Reached on a fielder's choice last time when he pinch hit for Elias Rubio. Krogan's 1-0. Skied into foul territory near right field. Out of play. Jenkins couldn't get to it. Einberg over at third. Elias at third. Sakai at the plate, trying to deal some damage. Krogan's 1-1. Fastball sits in the zone, strike 2. Now he's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Casey, if you're Krogan, what are you going with here? What pitch would you select?
I'd stick to the heater. It's been working well.
Off speed, outside. Way outside, matter of fact. 2-2 count.
Guess you didn't agree with me there.
Apparently not. Would you still say heater at this point?
I think you can't afford to keep wasting pitches. I think you have to pound the zone with the heater if you can.
The 2-2. It is indeed a fastball, but fouled off over the Alameda dugout, which is towards the first base side. Well out of play. They'll do the 2-2 dance once more. Sakai from San Mateo gets himself ready. Slaps one at Hillman at second, who flips to Esquivel at second. Hillman playing short to second for the out. That's what's important. Grounder to shortstop ends the inning for the Alameda Anchors, but not before they score 2 runners and take the lead heading into the bottom of the ninth. The Crawdads, it's win or go home here. They've got to score at least 1 to send it to extras, 2 to snag this game back. In any case, we'll have that action right here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the bottom of the ninth inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Walnut Creek down 3-2 after surrendering 2 runs in the top of the ninth. So it's do or die here. Trey Johnson, the 5-hitter, up to bat. Was going to bat in the bottom of the 8th before the caught stealing at home ended the inning on the first pitch of his at-bat. Johnson homered yesterday, and he is 1 for 3 today. Had a single back in the second, but since then, 2 flyouts to right. Plenty of power as we saw yesterday. He's trying to get something started from the left-handed side, facing the righty, Will Marriott, entering his first full inning of work after he relieved Caleb Garrison in the 8th. Marriott, the San Jose native, stands at 6'2", 205. Steps in, sidearm delivery for the first pitch. Just low. Ball 1 to Johnson. Johnson with a big undercutting swing. Takes the 1-0 inside and low. 2-0. Marriott's sidearm delivery definitely doing him some favors, but hasn't quite been able to get Johnson to bite. But he does there on the 2-0. Elevates the fastball. Johnson was behind it, though, that time. Marriott gets the call from Einberg, the catcher. The 2-1. Fastball just a hair inside. 3-1 count for Johnson. Casey, do you think he has the green light here?
I think you do, considering it's Johnson and a home run last night.
Fastball, Johnson does swing, but he fouls it back. Count is full now. Now what's your approach on a full count like this, Casey? Critical situation.
Gotta find your pitch. Don't be afraid to hold off.
Marriott with the payoff. Just fouled back. Johnson under it and looks like he was a little out in front. But he manages to stay alive. Brady Wilson, the righty, up next. And then Jenkins behind him. Marriott's payoff. Ball 4 just low. Einberg tried to frame it up as a strike, but to no avail. Trey Johnson with a leadoff walk. And he's got some good speed on the base paths.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 34.
Crawdads will definitely need that here. Now Brady Wilson, the two-way guy from Sac City College. Marriott's first offering, low. Johnson stealing. Is he in there in time? Yes, and he fell off the bag. The tag is good. Trey Johnson caught stealing on the second effort. Good throw from Cameron Einberg, and man, that's a killer.
Yeah, it's tough because Johnson got a really late jump there. He kind of hesitated and then got in just because of the pure speed he had, but then came off the bat.
So now there's one down, nobody aboard for Wilson. Wilson checks his swing, doesn't matter. That's a strike. Oh, 0-2 count to Wilson. Marriott, sidearm delivery, and Wilson just slaps it foul. Way out ahead of it. Wilson, the son of Gary Wilson, who pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1995. Trying to get something going here for the Crawdads with one down. The 0-2 from Marriott. Strike 3 in the low part of the zone. Fastball gets him looking. So now the Walnut Creek Crawdads down to their final out of this exhibition game against the Alameda Anchors. They already lost the exhibition game yesterday to Berkovich Honors, 4-2. And they led for most of today up until the top of the ninth, where they surrendered 2 runs. Sam Jenkins from Baylor takes the first offering from Marriott low.
Has that righty on lefty advantage, Jenkins.
He does, lots of power, but did not play much at Baylor this year. No stats recorded as he takes the first strike of the at-bat, 1-1. Nice fastball in the low part of the zone. Marriott sets in his set. Fires the 1-1. Foul tip. Swing and miss, though. 1-2 count. Crawdads down to their final strike. Jenkins ready in the left-handed batter's box. Marriott kicks and deals the 1-2. Foul ball over the Crawdads dugout. Jenkins stays alive for another pitch. Kasey, how do you handle this as a batter in this 1-2 situation? Game on the line.
Gotta find your pitch again. I mean, 1-2, gotta protect.
1-2 fastball just misses the location. Little high, little in. So Jenkins stays alive using that good eyesight.
It's a really good take. The game on the line.
Marriott fires the 2-2. Foul ball again. Jenkins continues to battle. He will not go down quietly.
Yeah, working a really nice at bat. Knows what's at stake.
Marriott, the Anchors pitcher, delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball right in the middle of the zone. And the Walnut Creek Crawdads lose it in the 9th inning, surrendering the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th. The loss will hang on Cameron Krogan's head unless, well, it would if this wasn't an exhibition game. But that will just about do it, folks, for tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in here on the Crawdad streaming service. We will be back tomorrow for the first official game of CCL play for the Crawdads. They take on the Alameda Merchants. Don't go away. Well, do go away for the night. We hope you all have a safe and pleasant evening. But tune in tomorrow, 4 o'clock. We'll be right here on the Crawdad streaming network at Chabot College. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, folks.